I feel like it's probably one of the things we already or I already mentioned.
Hopefully.
And I feel
they're
like
all pretty fucking cool.
maybe the thing for me is Goggles of Night. That would make sense as a thing for me. They seem to be like dark vision goggles.
I'm also tempted to maybe see if I can get one of the bows that their rangers use. I know mine's but theirs disappear completely.
Yeah.
And if all of their rangers have got them, then I should imagine they've got one spare lying around.
I don't know. I feel like yours might get that power soon if it doesn't have it already.
I'm not saying I'd throw mine away. I'm just saying it would be nice to have that one handy.
It is really cool. Like the materializing weapons thing, in any respect, is just cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if there's no practical benefit, just looks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the thing I've already talked about with about the dark vision, I would be looking for something that does that, and then something maybe charmy. I guess I wouldn't ask for anything like extra from that, unless you like the idea I whispered to you, High Rise.
I saw that. I can't find that item. Are you sure it's that what you mean? You sure? I think I know what you mean. Is it definitely that? Because I can't find that item.
It's hold on. What's it actually called?
It's not called that. It's called some.
Many
Yeah,
things.
yeah. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, they have one, but you have to go with what you get.
Yeah. I mean, I could just die.
Oh, you're seriously gonna get a deck of many things? Oh,
He's going to get
Wouldn't
one
get a deck.
draw. He's going to get one draw from a deck of many things. But the thing
I
is,
actually created a deck of many things on Roll20, just for fun, like and I have another thing where people are gonna use it. Yeah, I got the pictures together and everything, and like you can do that. Like there's a deck of cards you can have and people can draw from. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, I've seen it. I just haven't created a deck of many things. But yeah.
I wonder if I can import it. No, I guess not.
That's a shame.
I guess I could give you all the pictures and you could use them.
Yeah, but I'd have to create one. But he's only going to get in one draw from it.
Yeah, there's. I mean, the quick way of doing it, sorry, is I think it's base 22 cards, just a roll a d22, and then go down the list of playing cards to the correct thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to let me do it, I know some of the things are ridiculous, so.
And some of them are really bad.
Yep, lose levels, gain levels, die, get a castle, stupid things.
Get trapped in some prison in the middle of the earth.
Thing is, how do I decide which ones of the cards are there, which ones aren't? 22. There we go. It tells me. Right. Well, if you want to, I will allow you, but I'm not gonna. Whatever happens is what happens. So if you gain a level, you gain a level. If you lose a level, you lose a level. If you die, you're gonna need to roll up a new character. I'm not pissing around here. This is your decision.
Yes, I love doing stuff like this. I think it's interesting, and I think it will. If it comes up as something interesting, I think it will be a lot of fun to play off. Something bad happens, then that's my fault.
Then you roll with it. Yeah, I know. I really am. I'm not going to fudge it. So whatever happens is what happens. Is everyone else cool with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So hang on. Sorry, what was this? You said someone's going to die. What was it?
Right.
Me.
He has one draw from a deck of many things. Are you familiar with that item?
I'm not, but I had a quick browse of it.
Basically, a deck of many things could be everything from gain a level, lose a level, get a magical item, die without any possibility of resurrection, be imprisoned for a period of time without possibility of being retrieved until that time's up. Literally, it could change your race, it could change your class, it could do anything potentially, or it could give you, a massive bonus or a massive hindrance. But whatever happens, I'm not going to fudge it. If he does a draw and the draw is unfavorable, everybody has to live with this. I'm not going to fudge it.
I want to draw from this deck. That sounds fun.
Okay, like, so long as he can't kill my character, I'm fine with that.
I don't believe
No,
it
I
can
think-
kill
I
your
think-
character.
Yeah, the only things are things that will kill me and not do
Yeah.
anything to you unless you interfere.
No, I don't think there's ever been anything in a deck of many things that would allow you to kill another character, and that would be unfair. So I wouldn't allow that. It's down to you. So, for instance, there's things like you could get 100,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry, permanently reduce your intelligence by a number of points, gain 10,000 XP, a rare or rarer magic item. You're granted the ability to cast the wish spell 1d3 times. Every magical item you wear or carry disintegrates. So all sorts of things like that happen.
Okay, well,
You get cursed.
I'm
you get
fine with that,
blessed.
so long as, it's your decision, I suppose.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, let's do this.
To be quite honest, he's the only one who doesn't have an amazing magical item on his way to him, right? The rest of you kind of have something. Yeah, it's been hinted at. You've got all of these items, right? Something is happening to you at some point. So I'm fine with this. Okay, well, in that case, then I want you to roll me a random number between 1 and 22, and let's do this fair and square in front of everybody and roll 20.
Okay. 17.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
You've unlocked
Ruin.
the
Oh,
Armageddon
Jesus
spell.
Christ.
Sorry, what's 17? Read it to me.
Hang on, I'll read it.
Whoops.
All forms of wealth that you carry or own, other than magic items, are lost. Portable property vanishes. Businesses, buildings, and land you own are lost in a way that alters reality the least. Any documentation that proves you should own something lost to this card also disappears. Right, so all of your money, anything that you have that is worth money has gone. So you've lost all your money, all your jewelry. That the cloak that you bought, you still have the cloak, but it's now not worth anything that it was. Do you know what I mean? Everything that you own that's worth money, that you could sell for decent money, other than magical items, has gone. So portable
Perfect.
property. So portable property. So that would be actually that cloak you could have sold for money. It's gone. You lost your cloak.
Okay.
The robes that you were given that you could have kept that were exceptionally good quality, gone. You've still got your old robes that aren't worth much. So you've lost. Did you have any rings, jewelry, money, anything? All gone. Now.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
What this also means is, unbeknownst to you, the documentation that you would have giving you ownership of your master mentor's tower, and also within Arabelle with Gaylord, all gone. You've lost all of that. Okay?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, that's terrible.
Right, so you've lost it all of it.
Okay.
Now, this also means that you had access to your mentor's tower because you were his apprentice.
Oh.
Gone. Lost it all. Everything. You don't have any of that access anymore. So you can't get in and out through the locked doors just by using your attuned necklace. You still got the necklace, but it won't let you in and out. Gone. Everything you've had like that, gone.
Well,
But
How much on a scale of 1 to 100 do you regret this decision?
no, absolutely not. I no longer have ties to our time at all. in like any respect.
No, none whatsoever. In fact,
I am like an agent of chaos now. I can do whatever I want. It's freeing.
oh dear. Right,
Changes
Griffin.
my alignment.
Those spells, absolutely fine. See invisibility and dispel magic, no problems whatsoever.
Cool.
And for the rest of you guys, right, I'm going to come back to you in a minute, Farron, so I'm going to deal with you last.
Yeah, cool.
So, Sabin, what does Flint want?
Well, I guess on his list of things that he would have put forth, he would have asked for a bag of holding, a decanter of endless water, bracers of archery. Not really sure what else is like worth asking for. I think these are all uncommon items too, so it's nothing like oh my god, so extravagant.
Okay.
It's like super good to have. I'm not sure. I'm still looking, to be honest. But I mean, that's like 3 things. I'm sure I can't get like all of them. So
No, you can't get all of them. However, you can have the bag of holding. And what they will say to you is, actually, after this, you can keep that bag of holding. So that's yours to keep from now on. The other
cool.
items you will need to return afterwards, but you can keep that bag of holding.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, I don't know if it influences your decision at all. I already have a bag of holding.
That's fine.
Yeah, well,
you can keep it.
but
I
they
just
only
meant if,
hold
like,
like
in future
500
stuff.
pounds, I think, is like the max, right? 500.
Something like that, yeah.
So having more than one, I think, would be beneficial to us.
Yeah, it's never
Yeah,
a bad
sure.
thing.
Just
Yeah.
if like you got to choose between which thing
2
you
of
got to
them.
keep. Mm-hmm.
Now I know they had a headband of, I think, intellect or something like that. Do they still have one that like does it for charisma?
Yeah, I think there's one for every single one of them.
I'm just not seeing it. So,
I don't know
but
what it's
I mean,
called.
something along those lines that could give me like a +2 to charisma would be super good. And I don't know if they would have something like that, but yeah.
There's an iron stone that does it. That much I do know. There's a tome of leadership and influence that will give you a permanent 2 to charisma.
Yeah, but that's like legendary,
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah. It's a wondrous item, so yeah. So
Yeah, I was just thinking like if there was something that would give me like a +2 to charisma while wearing it, that'd be really nice. Up my charisma score a bit.
no, not that is immediately available.
Okay.
And then you can have the braces of archery, but you can't have a decanter.
I can't have the decanter. Okay.
No. There's also going to be you're going to get loads of other items as well between you. This is just very specific items for you.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering.
Okay.
What we could get, but that's good.
Right.
Certainly, the bag of holding is like a godsend.
All right. And Ferron, Calanth approaches you, and he says that we have an item for you, and he holds out his bow, and he gives you your bow and says, "Take that."
I look at him and say, "This is your bow."
No, this is your bow, he says with a smile.
I reach out to. Sorry, go on.
The thing is, he's not lying. It is your bow. I mean, it's the same bow that you've got. It's the same bow. So he says, "This is your bow. Take it."
I reach out and hold it, and I guess just a look of amazement over my face, and I just look at him and say, "Thank you." Thank you very much for this.
And he says, "Now give me your bow."
I'll take the bow off my back and give it to him.
Okay. And he says, "You will need to meditate for an hour on this bow to be able to use it. So I would suggest you go off and do that now."
Absolutely. And I'll go off.
And he takes your bow away with him, your old one. So effectively, he's just taken your bow and given you your bow back, which is quite weird. But, you know, and again, it doesn't feel any different. It feels like the same bow to you. It feels like this is the bow you've been using for months and months and months. It doesn't feel odd even a little bit. It's weird, but it's not the same item, but it is exactly the same item. Just a newer version of the one that you've been using, but it doesn't feel any different.
I was going to say, I guess I'd do a few like tester draws, so to say, and just it would fit, like, I guess it feels identical.
It does. It feels like you've always used this bow. I mean, even when you picked it up the first time, the other one, it felt like you've always used it. This just feels right. It feels comfortable. It feels... Now, going back to what he said, is that each one of these bows is made for the wielder, and it goes with them to their grave. Right? Remember when he told you about the bows when you found... And it's like, something is weird. There is more to this situation than just a bow.
Okay.
But there you go. So I'll leave it with you for a moment. Griffin.
Yes.
What is it? What do you want?
Oh, I'm getting a magic item as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was just getting spells. Oh shit.
No.
Oh.
Have a bit of a look.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's absolutely fine.
Can I just query something while he does that?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
would recommend the Pearl of Power if he is allowed. But
Where am I looking for items again? Was it the DMG?
yeah.
Starting on page 150.
Right.
Yeah, go on, Rain.
I know I told you about my natural explorer. Would it be unfair of me? I didn't choose a favoured enemy yet for level 6. Would it be unfair of me to choose the Drow?
No, wouldn't be unfair of you at all. Would not be unfair of you at all.
Okay,
that would be perfectly allowable.
That's my favourite enemy then. My third favourite enemy.
All right.
I can't believe I just blew my chance on all these magical items just for something.
Yep.
There's only 3 good things on that list. Everything else is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deck of many
Someone
things.
send me a link to the DMG.
It's in... Oh, did you read
TeamSpeak,
you?
I
Hold
think.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
true.
have it.
I mean, yeah, Sabine is right. A Pearl of Power would be a good choice for you. That allows you to use an action to regain 1 expended spell slot of up to 3rd level. And once you've used it, effectively you can't use it again until you've had a long rest.
Also, a Stone of Good Luck is pretty much good for everyone. So that's another one that's pretty nice. I mean, it's not super powerful. It's like a +1 to your resistances or something like that, but still pretty good.
Braces of defense, always good for a mage.
Yeah, that too.
Rings of protection, things like that. Again, always good for a mage.
Cloak of Protection, also another good one.
Yeah. Probably harder to get than a ring.
Stupid low HP.
You don't need to worry about scrolls and potions. You're going to be given a number of scrolls and potions, so forget all about those. I want just guys to let you know that we're probably going to end the game at about 3 or just after, only because I had a pretty big phone call and I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do. I'm filming tomorrow until Saturday in the feature film.
So in 22 minutes?
So yeah. Unfortunately, sorry about that, but yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
No,
but to be quite honest, I would quite like to have Bose here as well, just because what you're going to be doing. It's a shame you didn't get onto the next map, but that's not too much of a problem. But I would really like to have Bose here.
Another thing that'd be really nice for us to have, since we're going to be fighting Drow, a Drift Globe.
I'm not familiar with that. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
It's like an orb that you can throw out and it kind of levitates, and then you can activate it to cast the Daylight spell.
Did you say
Oh, yeah.
page 101?
I mean, it's
150. The list starts.
and it's like super low level. Like it's on magic item table A.
Yeah, it works once a day, and you can just kind of daylight things.
Yeah,
Should be cool.
I think that would be pretty handy for fighting drow. I don't know if they'll have one, but could be useful.
Yeah.
Of course, a robe of useful items would always be nice. But that's kind of just like, why don't you just ask for the items instead?
Yeah.
Do the drow have their own language, or do they just speak Elven?
They speak
Undercommon.
Elven and they speak Undercommon as well.
Okay.
I think I can speak that.
Yep, I can now as well.
Let me make sure.
Yes, you can. You get the language of your favourite enemy.
No, I don't. Dang.
That's fine. As long as at least one of you can speak it, it's not too much of a problem.
Yeah, it looks like two of us can speak it, so that's good.
Cool, cool. Well, in all honesty, it might be a better idea for us to... Well, actually, no, let me give you out the other items that I was going to give you as well, so that you've got those. And then we'll spend the rest of this session kind of just doing admin, as it were, ready so that we can hit the ground running on the next session, which is what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm
so...
flying. I can be a witch, wizard, person thing.
Portable hold. That's another one that has some strange uses.
Especially when you combine it with bag of holding.
Yeah. Don't ever do
Yeah.
that.
Bad things happen.
Yeah, not unless you can, survive without air. I just don't do it.
You know me, I'm all about taking those risks. Apparently.
There are
Yeah,
a couple
man,
of items,
that's-
by the way, High Rise, that I
kinda
saw
sucked.
in the DMG that I didn't know they'd be accessible.
What's that, mate? Say again?
I said there are a couple of items in the DMG that I weren't sure whether they'd be accessible or we'd be able
Which
to
ones?
get. Boots of Elvenkind and Cloak of Elvenkind.
Well, I think Flint has already got a Cloak of Elvenkind. Right?
No, I have a different kind of cloak
Oh,
that
different cloak, is
you manufactured.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah,
It's called a sneak cloak, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've already got a pretty major weapon, so they're not going to give you anything else.
Okay.
You do, however, get 5 potions of greater healing. Now, they heal 4d4 plus 4 each potion.
Okay.
So each of
put
us
these
get
in
this?
I'll put these in the
No,
party
in total.
belongings.
5 in
Oh,
total.
5. Okay.
You also get a potion of heroism.
Yep.
Do you want to hang on to this stuff since you've already got your ruin card?
Yeah, no,
so-
we've got a page for party belongings. I'm just
Yeah.
updating it there. Everyone can check it.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need my PHB open. Hang on.
Another thing as well I didn't know whether it would help us, or we didn't know would help us, would be the amulet of proof against detection and location.
That's
Yeah, but
only
we need
kind of
like
one person.
for. Yeah, we need like
Oh,
one
yeah,
for
yeah.
everyone. It would be nice, but I don't know if they have 5 of them.
No.
Okay.
You are given 1 item, Zil, and I just need to find it. It's not particularly amazing, but it's useful for you.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find it now.
Is it a card that says, "Sorry, you lost all your items"?
It just says "lol."
Oh, what about like some ever burning torches? Those would be pretty useful.
I think we can all see in the dark except me.
You'll be able to in a bit. Hang on.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
There we go.
because they were going to give you the So
Right.
we don't need the ever-burning torch. Never mind.
You're actually given a transmuter's stone, which is a pretty minor item, actually, in the grand scheme of things. It can be created by a 6th level wizard transmuter specialization, and
Sure.
yours has been set to dark vision to a range of 60 feet, the same as everybody else. So you've been given that stone. You keep the stone on you, and it just gives you dark vision out to 60 feet.
Perfect. And it does. Is that just like an always thing?
Yeah, it's
If I have
permanent.
it.
Yeah, as long as you
Perfect.
have it on your body, you get dark vision. You don't have to attune to it or anything. Now, basically, it's an item that a 6th level wizard who are specialized in transmutation can create, and it just happens that they've done that, and you can create it and give it to another person, and they've done that, and they've given you one, so you've got that.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Have you found anything yet, Griffin, or are you still having a bit of a look through?
Sorry, I'm just kind of browsing through everything.
No worries, mate. No worries at all.
Equal stuff.
Can we perhaps get some like money? I mean, like I don't know what it's going to be like where we go, but at least here everything is like really expensive, and I've only got like 6 gold, and Zilt just lost all of our money. So
Yeah. Yeah, you're given. Nobody knows how expensive things are if you go into the Undercity, because they, like Menzo Baranzan or any of the other drow cities, because no one there has been there. But they will give you 100 gold pieces in gold that has been minted below. So it's gold from the areas, from the drow kingdoms. So in party funds, you're given 100 gold pieces of drow gold, effectively. If you use that in an elven city on the surface, you're liable to be cut down like a cornstalk because it's drow money. But while you're underground, it's perfect currency to use, should you need it.
so we got 100 between the lot of us, or per person?
It'll be 100 between the lot of you.
Okay.
Right, there's also, you're given a scroll. Hang on. Damn it.
Fuck, I want that item back.
Another
you
thing
give-
that'd be really useful for all of us to have would be a periaptive health. Just because like they like to use poisons and diseases and things like that.
Yeah. You're given a scroll with one casting of Raise Dead on it as well.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
And also, hang on.
God damn it. Looking through the PDF is such a pain in the butt sometimes for specific spells because it highlights all the find uses of it except the titles of spells because that's apparently in a different font set.
All right.
Sorry, just keep.
And you're given 3 potions of vitality. And what they will do is they will cure any disease or poison that's affecting you. And for the next 24 hours, you regain a maximum number of hit points for any hit dice you spend.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, scratch that. No, scratch the potion of vitality. I found the item I was looking for. I didn't believe it existed in 5th, but it does. That's Keotome's ointment. You've got 3 doses of Keotome's ointment. Now, what that does is it also cures poison disease, but you can also use it to regain 2d8 plus 2 hit points.
Oh, cool.
What was the name of that? Sorry.
Keotome's ointment. That's Keoghtom apostrophe S. Keotome's ointment. Keotome's ointment. We always call it Keotome. Didn't know that existed in 5th. I'm glad it does. One of my favourite items, that was. It's a glass
pretty good
jar
one.
that contains like this paste mixture that smells like aloe vera, and you
And
get
it cures anything.
Yeah, you get 1d4 plus 1 doses. You get 3 doses.
What was the highest rarity again? Uncommon that we could get?
Well, technically, we can ask for a rarity of anything, but
Yeah.
the chances of them having it are low.
Right.
And supposedly they can procure it for us later, like just not right now. So
Potentially, yeah.
sending stones would be kind of good if they do what I think they do. Oh, no, never mind.
Ring of spell storing. That seems.
Yeah, ring of spell storing is pretty nice.
I can't remember. You don't need the component if you cast something off of a scroll, do you?
No,
You do not.
Right. Okay.
because in order
otherwise
for
we'd
the
have to
scroll
ask
to
for a
be
500 GP diamond.
yeah, in order for the scroll to even be made, they have to like basically cast the spell onto the scroll. So they had to use the diamond to begin with.
This bow, by the way, Hyros, I'm guessing the answer is no, but when he fired it, he fired 3 separate arrows at 3 separate targets. When I tried, I only was able to fire 1. Am I now able to fire more than 1?
I will basically. What I'm doing the same to you that I'm doing to Bose, and that you will unlock abilities that this bow will allow you to do on a certain number per short or long rest.
Okay.
Sort of time, and I will let you know what those are as and when they are unlocked. So
Okay,
I've
cool.
got the stats for it. Don't worry. So at the moment, what you have is effectively exactly the same bow as you had before, but don't worry, things will become apparent as and when you start to use it.
It's so basically at the moment, it's the invisibility side of it that I've got.
Yeah, you can. It's not actually invisible. What happens is you summon and banish it, much like a wizard summons and banishes a familiar.
Oh, okay.
So
So
if you need to go into a place,
I wouldn't need to reach for it from my back.
no, literally, you just open your hand and think about bringing the bow, and you've got the bow. It's like a what you'd use a bonus action for in your turn.
Okay, cool.
And apart from that, it's the same in that you don't need arrows to use it. So the effects that your bow had, this bow has as well. It's just you can now summon and banish it at will, which is why you need to attune to it for an hour. Now, you do when you do attune to it, you do realize that it has way more abilities in there that you need to unlock and work out. It's not sentient in that it won't tell you what those are. You need to work out what they are, but they will become abundantly obvious as you go on, so you don't need to worry.
Okay.
Oh, here's another useful one that I forgot about. Wand of the War Mage. +1 is only uncommon, so that's pretty useful for wizards and sorcerers.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that is quite nice actually. That's a new item for 5th edition.
Yeah. Used to be like dex casting on things, so your +1 was still going to be shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God. Going back, like, people wanted me to play Pathfinder since, and I have made casters on that, and I'm just like, quality of life things are a bit missing now.
Right.
So a rare item could be possibly procured at a later date.
Well, you could possibly procure now, depending on what it is, potentially.
Really want a ring of spell storing.
Let's have a look. There's different levels for that, or at least there was. I haven't seen the 5th edition version.
I
Yeah,
think
no, it's not.
in
No,
5th
you do,
edition, it's just the one, and it's like you can store up to 5 levels of spells.
Yeah, but you roll it. It's 1d6 minus 1 is the level of stored spells.
Oh, that's like already in it, right?
That's already in it, yeah. So it
Yeah.
can store up to 5 levels worth of spells at any time, maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? You can have one, but it doesn't have any spells in it. You can have an empty one.
Okay. How many spells can it hold then?
It can store up to 5 levels worth of spells. But it just doesn't have. So the next sentence is when found, it already contains 1d6 minus 1 levels of stored spells. So that doesn't have that in it. So properly. No. So it has 5 levels worth of spell slots in it. There are just no spells currently in those slots.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to like take some time.
Yeah, I'm gonna
cast some spells into it.
Yeah, because I assume we're probably gonna rest before we leave, or maybe rest before we actually get fighting. So.
But don't forget, if you do need to rest, you've also got that scroll that allows you to create the mansion that will allow you to basically rest in complete safety.
Yeah, scrolls are a one-time use, though, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
That's
one of the scrolls were one-time use.
Yeah, they're one-shot use. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it at that point. If any of you speak to Bose during the week, ask him what happened to him, because he was in Roll20 and that, and also just let him know what happened and get him to pick an item or two, and either mail me or we'll speak at the early part of next session and I'll either say yes or no.
Okay. Out of curiosity, do they have a rod of security?
Sounds good.
Say again, do they have what?
A rod of security. It functions
a
lot like a scroll of like Magnificent Mansion.
Yeah, they do.
Are we allowed to take it with us?
No.
Oh well.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Yeah, it's usually pretty handy. You know, you're in a dungeon. It's like, oh shit, we're like so low on health. All right. Rod of security. Hey, we can rest.
Well, you've already got a way of doing that. I mean, you've got that scroll, so it just means you have to be judicious with its use.
Just the one time.
Right. So you've got to be judicious with its use. You really have. But, you know, that makes it more interesting rather than just you being able to throw out this thing at random sort of thing. Please also remember that, with the exception of the bag of holding and that you've been given, Flint, and with the exception of Ferron's bow, everything else will need to be returned when you get back. So bear that in mind.
Well, assuming we don't run into another card of ruin, and then they're just destroyed.
Yeah.
I have to give back my ring.
Everything will need to be returned, with the exception of the spells that you've learned. Actually, Griffin, you can keep those. The bag of holding and Ferron's bow, and potentially some of the potions and the Kirtan's ointment. Potentially, everything else will need to be returned. Actually, you can probably keep the transmuter stone that you've been given as well, Zilt. But the problem being is when that wizard next wants to change it, you'll lose it. So
yeah. I mean, hopefully he doesn't do it for the next couple of days.
No, he's been given explicit instructions. He's not allowed to until you've returned. But
yeah, that's totally fine.
Because otherwise that would be a bit unfair. Half an hour outside of the facility, he gets bored and decides he's going to cast it and do something else. It's like, fuck. So no.
Even
changes it to like
down in the under, like
fireball on itself.
Right. Okay, and that's where we're going to leave it. So, sorry, it's a bit short compared to last time, but we don't have Bose, and I don't really want to get into hardcore combat without your frontline fighter. And also, I've bloody